Hello and welcome to another April Fool's Day commentary, or the first one. I don't remember how the other ones turned out. They probably weren't very good, so I probably didn't release them. But I wanted to do a commentary for this one, because this episode is really a long time coming. So, to not give a detailed history lesson, but in order to give you a sort of knowledge of my thing, I got into video reviewing because of SFDebris, because I watched him, and I wanted for years to do videos like him, but I didn't have the ability to rip DVDs, so I never had the content. I could only do visually. So I discovered him, and through him I discovered Linkara, and that kind of set me off the path to today. So I actually got the idea from the intro. In Star Trek Online, there's the mission Dust to Dust, where it shows you the scene from Deadlock, where Harry flies out of the ship when it gets attacked. And the entire idea I got was, what if I recreated his intro using video I took in Star Trek Online? I thought it was a cool idea. So I did it, and then I got thinking, what if I just made an entire SFDebris style video for one of the missions? So originally I was going to do a different mission than this one. Originally, because Star Trek Online tends to, they tend to change their missions, and they just get rid of some wholesale. So they used to have this one mission that was a wraparound, where you would have to go to a bunch of several different planets and stuff, and you would have to do missions. And it was a really long and boring and tedious patrol thing, where you had to do pretty much the same thing in 7 different places, and it was boring and I hated it, and so I wanted to do that mission, but they removed it since the last time I played it, so I picked this one because it featured all the characters. But that's why that opening segment, it was originally talking about that wraparound, where I was literally going up and down the quadrant, where I'd have to literally take my ship from each section, as opposed to this, where they warp you there automatically. So the idea I got for this, basically that was the basic idea. And so for this one, I actually had a lot of fun doing it, because what I did was I watched a bunch of SFDebris, and I tried to make this a sort of old school one, sort of the stuff I got into him watching when he was back on YouTube, as opposed to like now, not saying he hasn't gotten better and improved. He has, which is impressive, because he was really good back then. So he's gotten even better now, but like a lot of the way I framed it was very much in keeping with the way that like SFDebris used to be, specifically with the credits at the end and sort of the pacing. But I had a lot of fun doing this, because it's very unique that you get to parody one of the people who inspired you so much. And unlike the Cinema Snob video I did a few years ago, this one, it was a lot easier because I only had to use my voice, so it was actually the quickest April Fool's Day video I've ever put together. And I want to tell you something very funny, because April Fool's Day was a Sunday in 2018, in case you're watching this years down the line. So I released a regular video the Saturday before, like the day before, and I did How to Fix It on Wild Hogs, the Tim Allen, John Travolta, William H. Macy, Martin Lawrence movie, and that got 25 views in one day, and I think it has stuck at 25 views since the first day. This video that came out the day after, on the other hand, got 242 views in like 2 days, and it had like 100 views in the first day, which was, it was impressive. I was like, so I'm wondering, did people watch it that much because it was an SFDebris parody? Or did they watch it because it was a Star Trek Online video? Because I'll make more Star Trek Online videos like this if people want it. I actually really like SFDebris' format. I said I always wanted to do videos in his style. That was how I originally thought I was going to frame a show, but I didn't have the ability to. So it's like crazy that video got so many views, because like I would totally do another video like this. The thing is, this one was sort of just like, I wouldn't do them all in order, and this one was just a random one I picked because it allowed me to make all the jokes I wanted to make. Like, the two Psycho Janeway jokes. I did realize one mistake I made in the video was I did not include the words magic meeting room, which is where this scene takes place, the conference room, which is what SFDebris called it. That's the one SFDebrisism that I didn't use, and I completely forgot, because I don't think I've heard him say it in a while. I don't think I've heard him say it in a while, so I kind of forgot that it was a thing, but I remembered after the fact while I was watching it back after I uploaded it. I was like, oh, magic meeting room, I should have said it. But yeah, I don't know what I would do, because like I've been toying around the idea of doing a how to fix it on the Nimbus 3 missions. I think the title is Wasteland, because they are the most tedious and boring missions in the entire game, and I hate that every time I make a new character, you have to play through them because they're part of the main story. Like, Voyager is optional. This is part of the post-game. I could stop once I hit level 50 and level up any way I choose, but I choose to continue into the Voyager stuff. But with that one, so this one, I realized while I was making this video, sorry to derail that part of the conversation, but I was pretty much done with my thought that I hate the Nimbus 3 missions. That scene of the ship blowing up, I had to go back and deliberately blow my ship up, because when I recorded the footage for this mission a few weeks before, while I was putting together the script, and I recorded all the footage for the entire mission, I was too good. I didn't die once. Which isn't to say that I never die on these missions, but the thing is, whenever you make a new character, there's only so many missions you can do, and every faction gets to do the Voyager stuff, Federation, Klingon, and Romulan, so I've played these missions, like, at least 4 or 5 times each, for each character, and that's not, counting in replays and stuff. I think the reason I did it on the day I did was it was, like, play a Delta Rising mission for, reward. So I did that, that one, so I could kill 2 birds, but yeah, so I had to go back, and basically I went back and I killed myself in several areas, because I didn't know where I wanted to make that joke, in it, so I had to so I basically let myself naturally die while I kind of vaguely paid attention. Like, this one I didn't do it, because this one, the fight is pretty key so that you win, you don't really get shot back at. You get shot back a little bit, I think, but, like, not enough that, like, he's ever going to do damage to you. But here, the Kazon, the Hazari ones, those, I did that. The Kazon were, like, the best things, to make jokes about. Like, I knew when I did it, I was making a joke about the Kazon. It's why I don't really make jokes that much about, like, the Borg one, because, like, there's not a lot of funny there. But then you get the friggin' Kazon, and then you get, like, did you ever think about what you did to Seska? And it's just so silly. And the fact that you basically have the option to just pay money to say, hey, join my side. And I don't know why you wouldn't do that. Like, I think every time I don't think I've ever let the Kazon not fight by my side anytime I've played this mission. Because, like, by this point in the game, you have, like, a cajillion energy credits. That's not even a real number, but I don't actually know what the, like, I don't really know, like, how many energy credits I actually had. I just know that, like, you have a lot. So, I just think it's funny. And I also, they really are the Klingons, and it's hilarious. This joke, actually, it's from a video I haven't actually made yet. It's from a script I was working on. I wanted to do some videos about Star Trek Discovery, and so it's a joke from that they have a civil war every 2 weeks, because they really do, and it's ridiculous. But yeah, so basically, what I really want to kind of get across about this video was that this video was so fun to make, and it got a lot of views, so I'd definitely be willing to do stuff like this again. And it was a really fun experience, especially because I kind of, I tried to be specific in the way I toned it, like SFDebris. I feel like if I did this in my normal tone, it might actually be a little more favorable, because I don't hate Neelix as much as he does, but, I had to make the, call him Hedgehog and Shithead, because I was doing the parody. The only thing I think is that I couldn't really get, an impression of him down, so I did it more so, me with his personality, as opposed to, really getting his voice down, because I don't think I can really nail it. I can't really nail. He's got, that weird, Midwesty sort of voice that I can't replicate for some reason. So it was, it wasn't exactly as easy as I thought it would be. I thought I could do an impression when I came up with the idea. But I think this is definitely my favorite April Fool's Day video, apart from the Cinema Snob one, because that one was, funny. Yeah, so I'm really proud of how I put together, this, because what I did was, I downloaded one of his videos from online, and I put it into, my video editor, and I overlaid it on top of overlaid my text on top of it to get everything positioned correctly. I put a lot of work into a parody video, which is, when you think about it, kind of hilarious that I put more effort into this than I think I put into the Wild Hogs video. I guess that's why this has more views, But yeah, that's pretty much everything I really wanted to say about this video in terms of, my, the development of it, and, how I kind of got into it. The Black Scarab Films wouldn't exist without SFDebris, so honestly, the fact it took me 6 years to do a parody is really, it's not right, and I should be ashamed of myself that I didn't do it for this long. And this is the one thing I kept from his, because this is at the end of every single one of his videos. So yeah, that was it. I hope you enjoyed my ramblings about the history of my April Fool's Day video for 2018, and I will see you all in the next video. See you next time.